Welcome to Roots and Wisdom Garden. Here we are in Schenectady, New York. We are an urban agriculture youth service program. We're a self-funded program, and we function under the auspices of Cornell Cooperative Extension. They act as our financial agent. So I'm going to give you a tour of the garden. This is we call this our living fence, and it's very beautiful, grasses and flowers. We make flower arrangements to sell to some of our harvest share members. The produce that we raise in the garden, we do have 25 families that give us money in the winter, and then that's to help us pay for the seeds and fertilizers, no synthetic chemical fertilizers, because we're all organic. But that gives us some money in the winter to order seeds, and then they come once a week. Today is actually our harvest day, so there will be a number of people coming to pick up their produce later. We also donate to a number of pantries in the area. SICM, which stands for Schenectady Inner City Ministries, runs a food pantry, and we take food there. We also, this is about an acre garden, and in a cemetery in Schenectady, about a mile and a half from here, at Vale Cemetery, we have a plot of potatoes, and we planted 1,000 pounds of potatoes there this year, and we just harvested about 650 pounds yesterday with a group, and 750 pounds the day before with another volunteer group. So we'll have a lot of potatoes, and those go for an organization called Concern for the Hungry, and they do Thanksgiving baskets. So we give a lot of produce back to the community, and we also do some farmers markets. We hire youth in the summer for a 6-week program. This summer we had 22 youth, and so they learn about organic gardening, and they learn how to work, some of them, and then they also have the experience of going to the market and selling produce at the farmers market, and we do different service projects with them, like we go to SICM and pass out meals, the free lunch meals for kids in the summer. So why don't we just walk through the garden. Like I said, this is our living fence, and this garden is in its fourth, careful, there's a big hole there, in its fourth year. And when they started the project, this was started by 3 women, and this is my first year working here. When they started, they wanted to have a boundary to the garden, but they didn't want to have, like a chain link fence or something that would communicate stay out. So they opted for this living fence, which is a lovely, it just makes it beautiful for people to walk by, for one thing. So it's wonderful for me that beauty is part of what's incorporated in the garden, as well as productivity. So like I said, we do organic gardening. It's really cold today. It's fall, it's October, and it's about 50 degrees. So things are winding down in the garden. This is where we had cucumbers this summer. It was a great cucumber patch, and we had some vines growing up on the fences, as you can see. I don't know if you can see this massive forest back here is asparagus. That's an early spring crop. But then once our plants are done producing, we will give back to the land by planting a cover crop. So we have a mixture of grains growing in here. We have winter rye. There's some peas. There's some vetch. So we try to put in cover crops that give back to the soil, to nourish the soil, because like I said, we don't use any synthetic fertilizers. We rely a lot on our compost system, which I will show you as we go down the garden. So we have a big patch of raspberries over there. You can see our tent. That's where we have a lot of our meetings with the youth when they're here in the summer. And Molly there is harvesting carrots. She was one of our crew leaders this summer, and she's come back because this was her spot in the garden to sit and do a little meditation this summer.